Hi, welcome to the Multiple Intelligence Test and Name Tag activity. For this activity, you're going to be completing it on paper, and then there's a hands-on activity that goes with it. So the first thing that you're going to do, of course, is go to your week 1 on the website and click on the Multiple Intelligence section. It's going to take you to this web page, and I'm going to show you the pages on the actual computer, but like I said, you're going to have your own paper copies of this as well. So the first thing that you're going to have is the multiple intelligence survey, and that is this right here. And you can see that there are different boxes here. And in each box, there are statements that you might really agree with and that fit your personality, and then some might not. For example, in this very first box right here, it says loves English, social studies, and history. Well, if you really love English, social studies, and history, then you might rate that a 5. But if you didn't love those subjects, like maybe they were your least favorite of all, you would give it a 1. And then if it falls anywhere in between, you could adjust it to a 2, 3, or 4, depending on how you feel. Okay, so you can have multiple 5s in each section, or you're not rating them from the statement that you agree with the most to that you agree with the least. You're treating them each as individual statements. So you'll go through, you'll put your numbers beside each one of those statements, and then when you get to the end, you are going to total up the numbers for each box. So for number 1, you would just add the numbers that you have beside each statement together for number 1. And then in this top right-hand corner right here of the box, it says total, and you'll write your total just for that box there. And you'll do that for each one of the boxes. After you do that and you have your totals, then you need to figure out what those totals mean and what those boxes mean and what that's going to tell you about your intelligence style. So the next thing that you'll do is flip to the next page, which looks like this, and it is the multiple intelligence types. And you'll see that on the first page, each box is labeled with a number. You've got 1, 2, 3, 4. And whenever you look at the second page, those are numbered as well. And so those numbers then will match up to the boxes on the first page. The boxes that you have the highest number in, those are your highest intelligence levels. So today you're going to really focus on what you have for your 4 highest intelligence levels. And that just means that's how you learn the best. That's your learning style. So that should really tell you a lot about how you perform in the classroom, maybe the teachers' rooms that you do really well in. Maybe they teach a lot with your learning style. Maybe you notice that some of your teachers really try to mix it up and reach lots of these different learning styles in their classroom. So then the next thing that you're going to do is the name tag assignment. So you've already figured out your multiple intelligence level and style, so then you're going to move on to the next part of the assignment. And this is where you need different materials like markers or colored pencils or crayons. You're going to need like a piece of white paper, and your teachers all have that for you. So when you get to this stage, just let us know and we will hook you up with some of that. So I have the instructions on here. They are right here for the name tag assignment. And then I gave an example here. If a teacher were to do this, this might be what their result is. And you can see on here that my example is digital. It's on the computer. Your example you are doing by hand. So you're going to actually draw pictures, and you're going to write words and put your name in the middle and all that good stuff. All right. So you're going to use a plain piece of paper. Computer paper is what we have here at school, but you can, of course, use something else. And you're going to create a name tag that illustrates your 4 highest intelligence levels. And so I expect you to look at that second page, read about your intelligence level or intelligence style so that you really understand what that means. You are going to divide your paper into 4 sections. So you can see on the example here that I've done that. And then you're going to write in each one of those sections those different intelligence styles. Then you're going to include illustrations that take up the boxes that really show how that intelligence style is unique to you, how you see it fitting in your life. And then draw symbols, graphics, illustrations, write words that you feel like really capture that learning style for you. Notice that in the very center, your name is going to go really big in the center of that page. Make sure it's really bold, really bright so that it stands out above everything else. If you'd give me your first name there and your last initial, that would be wonderful. And then on the back side of your page, if you would write your full heading there for me so that I know that it is yours for sure. You are going to be coloring this, so be really creative. Lots of color on your page, make it look really beautiful. I think you're going to see that the way that your brain works, your learning styles are going to fit in really nicely with Flowers for Algernon. And as we learn about Charlie, our main character, and how his learning styles kind of change and develop throughout the story because he changes and develops throughout the story. So it's going to fit pretty uniquely with the story that we're reading as well. When you are done, of course, you are going to get this checked off on your sheet, and it will be due for you at the beginning of next week. If you have any questions, let me know. Have fun.